Lagos was my world, a city of endless noise and bright flashing lights. The constant hum of generators was the soundtrack to my life. I had a good job in a tall glass building in Victoria Island. My apartment was modern and clean, filled with things that spoke of a life I had built for myself. I rushed through crowded streets every day. I met friends for coffee in trendy cafes. I was a city girl through and through. The concrete jungle was my home, or so I told myself. It was a life I understood, a rhythm I knew how to dance to. Everything was fast, everything was now, and I liked it that way. But deep inside there was a quiet space, a part of me that felt empty. I spoke English with a Lagos accent. My Igbo was rusty, like an old key to a door I'd not opened in years. My friends talked about their villages, about Christmas trips and family meetings. I would just smile and nod. Umuoba, my ancestral home, was just a name. A distant memory from childhood visits. It was a place of red earth and thatched roofs, a world away from my Lagos reality. I had forgotten the taste of its water and the sound of its morning birds. I was disconnected, a branch that had drifted far from its tree. Then the phone call came. It was my uncle, his voice heavy with a sadness that traveled through the line and settled in my heart. My father, Chief Nwachukwu, was gone. He had passed away peacefully in his sleep. The news hit me like a wave, knocking the air from my lungs. My father, the strong man who had always been my rock, was no longer there. The city suddenly felt too loud, too bright. The life I had so carefully constructed felt fragile, like a house of cards. The world I knew had tilted on its axis, and everything was spinning. His last wish was simple. He wanted me to come home, not to Lagos, but to Umuoba. He wanted his burial rites to be performed in the land of his ancestors, and he wanted me, his first daughter, to be there. The request was a command from beyond the grave. It was a call to return to a life I had left behind 15 years ago. I felt a mix of fear and duty. Fear of the unknown, of the traditions I no longer understood. But it was my father's final wish. I knew I had to go. I had to honor him. My journey back to my roots was about to begin. The bus ride from Lagos to the east was long. The polished cityscape slowly melted away. The smooth highways turned into bumpy roads. Green landscapes replaced the tall buildings. With every mile I felt like I was traveling back in time. I watched the Nigerian countryside roll by my window. Palm trees stood like proud sentinels guarding the land. Small villages appeared and disappeared. I saw women carrying baskets on their heads with perfect balance.